Welcome guys to the Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're going to be talking about Bitcoin like we normally do, and we'll talk about some of your favorite stocks and commodities such as gold and silver. I know you guys are interested in gold and silver at this moment. There's a possibility that we could see silver get up to $136 as a price target to the upside. I'll talk about that later. But we're gonna first start here with Bitcoin, currently trading at $89,500 right now, up $400 today. I am looking at the weekly time frame to get the bigger picture view as to like some targets that might get hit either later on today or later on this week or next month. And I just want to go over these price levels here that I think are very important, that I highlight on the chart with these red horizontal lines here on the day on the chart here. And I want to try to figure out, I want you guys to see like where I'm interested in taking longs and where I'm interested in taking shorts. Currently, I'm not in any trades right now. I know today is the Federal Reserve meeting day. I don't like scalp trading on a day like today. Because there's way too much volatility after they do the interest rate decision. You might be in a long that is in profit, and then all of a sudden it goes back down to your stop loss and stops you out, right? Wherever you put your stop loss, and then it goes right back to where it was when you originally was in profit. So I've seen that stuff happen before. I don't want to get into the drama today. What I might do is I might take advantage of the drama, and if I do see us oversell and get down to, like, I don't know, in this case, I have an area highlighted here at 87,500. If we go down to 87,500, I'm interested in taking a long on Bitcoin. If we just drop for whatever reason, if the market doesn't like what Jerome Powell has to say, or the statement that comes out, or whatever decision that they make, I'm looking for longs at 87,500. And I even looking for an even juicier long here at 84,500 if we do drop down to that level. I don't think we're going to do that today. I'd be surprised if we did. But I would be interested in taking a long at that area for 84,500. Now, if we just all of a sudden start climbing up, because we're celebrating whatever good news comes out of the Federal Reserve today, there is a $90,500 level that I highlighted here that I think I almost got put into that short. I'm interested in shorting at 90,500, and I almost got put into that short earlier today. We actually came up to like 90,361 here on Coinbase, and I think on the exchange that I trade on with WEEX exchange, we actually got up to 90,400. I'm like, damn, I almost got filled on that short. And as immediately after we went up to 90,400, we came right back down to 89K here. So I would have made a little bit of money this morning had I got filled on that short, but whatever, not everything's gonna work out and play out the way you think it could. You pick a price level and then it doesn't hit. But 90,500 is a level that I'm interested in shorting Bitcoin, because right now the price is below it, obviously. This was a resistance level to look for on the weekly chart. You can see here on the weekly candles here, we do have just a few weeks ago, we had Bitcoin go up to like 90,541, and December 22nd was a candle wick high here. Then we had a candle body opening here on December 8th at 90,402. Then here on November, we had a candle body close at 90,369. So this is a significant area. If you just look at the weekly chart here and look at the candle body closes and even the candle wicks here, you can see that this is a significant level for Bitcoin to get a reaction, and that's all we're looking for. Is, you know, are we going to get a reaction? Could price reverse? And it did reverse today, after hitting 90,400. But also you can look left and you can see that there's some, you know, you can see that this has been a significant level here, back here in November 2024. Okay. For 90,400 or 500. Maybe I should have had this at 90,400 and I would have got hit on my my short this morning, but you know, it is what it is. You know, not gonna, like I said, today is for scalp trading. Although 90,500 is an area that I like to short. Other areas I think would be better to short Bitcoin if you're interested in doing so is 91,415, which is another area where we had some candle body opening and closings at that level here on the weekly time frame, and we also had some candle wick lows here at you know, 91,400 or somewhere in that zone. It doesn't have to be 400, it could be 91,200 or 91,300, but somewhere in that zone is what we're looking for shorts here. So if Bitcoin actually pushes up today with the Federal Reserve and we just spike higher and we actually hit 90,500, I'm looking for a short. I'm going to put my stop loss about $500 above it with 40x leverage, is what I normally trade with. Okay. And then if Bitcoin actually pushes up past 90,500, I get stopped out on that initial short there. Then I am trying to take a short here at 91,400, and I'll put the stop loss $500 above that. So like 91,900 is where I would put my stop loss with a 40x short. That's what I'm trying to do here with Bitcoin. And if I get stopped out, you know, whatever, you know, that's good. That means Bitcoin is going up to higher prices. And then I can look for another short here at 94,495 is another level that I'm looking for. And you can see right here, this is where the candle wick highs have been here on previous weeks here. You also see some candle body closes and openings at this level here. And another reason why I picked these levels here, and I haven't showed it to you guys yet, but there's a VRVP indicator here that I use, which shows where the buys and sells are at with this green and red indicator off to the right. And the highest volume buys and sells is going to be these high volume nodes here at 87,500. Is an area where I want to go long Bitcoin if I can get that price to hit for me. And then another level to look for here is a high volume node here at 84,500 on the VRVP indicator. That's a level that I would like to get in at. If I can long Bitcoin at 84,500, I would like to do so. And then see how it plays out. And you know, if I do get into a long, same thing with the shorts, I like to put the stop loss about $500 away from the entry using 40x leverage with Bitcoin. And if I get in at 84,500 on a Bitcoin long, I would try to put the stop loss at 84K and then see if it plays out, you know. And I would have to watch the charts, you know, pay attention, because it might go down to 84K, stop me out, and then come back up, and then I have to re-enter the trade again. But you know, these are like ideas for like where we can long Bitcoin, and then as we push up to higher prices, where we can short Bitcoin. And it's just using the VRVP data here. You can see there's another high volume node here at 96K, but also high volume here at 94K as well. Let me just zoom back in to the daily chart, and you'll see the VRVP indicator kind of reset itself. But yeah, this is what I marked off on the chart. VRV indicator showing that the point of control highest volume node level so far over the last few months, the majority of people bought and sold Bitcoin at 87,400, and I would like to come join those, you know, fine gentlemen and ladies out there that bought at 87,500, and I would like to long Bitcoin with 40x leverage if I can. If we do see 87,000 later on today, I would like to take a shot at it. If we push up past this, you know, we got high volume nodes here, high volume nodes here, and I would love to short Bitcoin at 91,400 if we actually push up to that level, because I just don't know if that's going to sustain itself, and we might end up making a lower high here on the daily time frame. Okay, or if we just, you know, just reverse out of nowhere at 91,400. But those are levels to look for here. And then of course, I would love to short Bitcoin at 94,500 if we ever do push up to that level. There's some high volume here. Okay. And then of course, wouldn't it have been nice for shorting Bitcoin at 97,900 like we saw in January 14th? I actually shorted Bitcoin at 97,800 dollar Bitcoin. I did that on January 14th or January 15th. I think no, January 15th is when I got in on that, because I didn't get 97,900 that day, but I did get 97,800 on January 15th. So, you know, that's I do like to use this valuable data here with the VRVP indicator to look for these sniper entries if I can, and try to snipe out, you know, a possible short here if I can, or even snipe out a possible long. I go both ways, guys. Not like that though, okay? But like, you know, when it comes to trading, long and short, and we try to make money both ways. I see Dave P's in the chat. Good morning to you, Dave. It's good afternoon here for me. It's 12 p.m. Eastern time, 12:13 Eastern time here. I'm on the East Coast of the United States of America. Laureen's here. She says gold and silver. We're gonna look at gold and silver, Laureen. I got you, Laureen. And I see you also here on TikTok as well, Laureen. Thank you for coming on board here, Laureen. Oh, TikTok is recommending I do a co-host with Alyssa here. Let me see if I can send an invite to her. Oh, well, you know, they just said that. I made the... You know, I'll just send the invite to everybody here. How about that? I don't mind doing a co-host on TikTok. I want to do something different here if I can. Let's see who comes up here. We got somebody here on TikTok.
You want a battle?
Sure. What kind of battle do you want to do here on TikTok? Are we doing like a dance battle or something? Wear gloves, yeah. You know, I'm new to this TikTok stuff, but yeah, let me go ahead and accept your invite there, and let's see if my TikTok people can help me beat you out on this match here. I am also doing a YouTube live stream here talking about Bitcoin and crypto. I do finance stuff here, and this is interesting. I know I'm trying to build up my following here on TikTok, so you know, TikTok wants me to do a co-host here, so if I can, you know, appease TikTok here, maybe they'll start sending more people my way to these live streams here. But how you doing on your live streams here?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I see my followers here are doing the thing here, helping me win this match here. I hope this isn't detracting to my YouTube live stream, guys. Guys, if you want to see here, I don't know if you see on the phone here, but I'm doing like a a TikTok battle here as well for you guys to see here on the camera. Let me see if I can like just show you what it looks like here with a bigger screen. But we're doing like a TikTok battle at the same time. Just trying to like increase the views and the viewerships, try to get some more people to show up on these TikTok live streams here. But I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I know, you know, why not do something different on a day like today? We are going to talk about gold and silver here. We'll get back to the charts here, but I just want to show you guys the creative things that I do besides YouTube here. Okay, well, let's get back to the charts here. Let's see, how's this TikTok stream going? I'm still going to talk about the charts here while we're doing this little battle here. What do? I talk about stocks. I do day trading. They match me up with you. What do you do these days? What are you up to for like a 9 to 5 or whatever? Battling on TikTok. All right. Uh-oh, what happened there? Did I win? I don't know. Some music and some action just happened there on TikTok. All right, let's get back to my chat here. Let's see. We have some people asking about the interest rate decision. There's a pretty important meeting going on with the Federal Reserve right now, where they're gonna possibly maybe lower interest rates, which would help out the economy here. But they might not lower interest rates. They might just keep it the same. There's a small chance that they might actually raise it, depending upon how they feel about inflation. Let's see. Lorraine says, check the last message on Discord. See what you did when you couldn't sleep last night. All right, let me just checking up on the chat here. Lorraine wants me to take a look at gold and silver. We're going to do that, Lorraine. And yeah, let me just check this out. All right. So what's going on? Are we actually going to finish this battle? I don't know what's... It says I have 15 and you have 0. I don't even know what that means. You know what that means?
I don't got nobody here.
Oh, you got all right. Okay. So is that like 15 people that sent the like button to me? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not all too familiar with TikTok and the battles here. This is my first battle on stream here with somebody. Pasa Graphics says, "Do I use the volume profile?" Yep, I'm using the volume profile here to identify these levels here on Bitcoin. Pass Graphics, yeah. Lorene, I'm curious to know how I win here on TikTok too. How do you win a battle? Do you know? I don't even know your name. Do you mention your name, or do you have like a TikTok insignia or something like that? What should we call you today?
My name?
Yeah, your name.
My name Arnisha. You can call me Nisha.
Nisha, okay. Nisha. How do you win one of these TikTok battles? Do you know?
I really don't know. I just be doing so. I just be doing it because I see everybody else.
I have seen a lot of people doing it, and I've been interested in doing it myself. And you're my first TikTok battle here. Right now. Oh, go ahead.
I said, oh yeah.
Yeah, you're. I would like to do more in the future here. You seem pretty cool. Maybe we'll get to battle each other another day.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get back to talking about the price of gold here. I don't know if you're interested in buying gold, but it's pretty expensive right now these days. Right now, gold is trading at $5,290 an ounce. So if you can get your hands on it, might be worth doing so.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just continue on with my live stream. We usually talk about finance here. Oh, it says we won the TikTok battle here. Thank you guys for helping me out win that battle here. And thank you, Nisha, for participating here. I don't know if you want to stick around for the live stream and watch me talk about gold, but we're going to be talking about gold and silver and whatever these guys want to talk about here. I see Crypto Change Me is in the chat here. So yeah, I don't know if Nisha, do you want to stick around or? It says we could do a rematch here. Let me click rematch while I'm going to through my my stuff here on gold and silver. So anyways, I see Crypto Change Me is in here. Crypto Change Me is another YouTube influencer. He's trying to build up his following here on YouTube. I see you in here. And yeah, Crypto Change Me. We're doing a TikTok battle here. You can see my phone here on the live stream camera here. And yeah, I mean, why not? Keep it a little bit fun and lively. I got a few people here on YouTube. I see there's 9 of you guys here in the chat. Dave P says he's a West Coast guy. I'm just catching up on the chat right now. Dave wants me to take a look at Kite. Let me go ahead and write that down here. Oh, what I do with my marker? Here we go. Take a look at Kite. And then let's see. Steve Hickey's in the chat. Hello to you, Steve. I see you, Steve. So I think I said hello to everybody here on YouTube. That's good. And then let's see. Let me get back to the TikTok chat. Bitcoin Trader says, "How was my trades?" Currently, I'm not in any trades right now. Bitcoin Trader for today. I almost got filled with a short. I was trying to short Bitcoin at 90,500. We went up to like 90,400 on the exchange that I use, which is WEEX. So I didn't get filled in on that short. Had that happen, I would have made pretty some decent profit here because Bitcoin did drop down to like 89,500. So I didn't get filled on my short that I was looking for on Bitcoin, but I am looking to either short at 90,500 or 91,400, and I'm looking to long Bitcoin at 87,500 or 84,500. And if those levels do not get hit today, then I'll just wait. Because I know today is going to be a very crazy day with the Federal Reserve, and I might actually try to do a scalp trade later on this afternoon. If I see Bitcoin get sold off and we actually hit like 87K, I'll try to get in at that area. Or if we just jump up to 90K or 91K, I think my shorts will get filled. Yeah, I'll probably get in at those prices there. But let me do the analysis here for Lorraine. She wanted to look at the price of gold at 5,000. We're now looking at $5,200 gold right now. Up 2.3% today. And let me get rid of this. This is looking a little messy here, but I'm also going to get rid of the VFDP in it. The price of gold, in my opinion, is unstoppable, and it's probably going to head to some crazy levels here. We might see $6,000 gold later on this year. We got a 2618 that says $6,400 gold is a possibility here, and I have to keep readjusting my Fibonacci's here, but this is like some old data here. I could probably readjust this Fibonacci from, you know, we did a starting point at 3,000. I'm actually going to make the starting point somewhere with more recently, where we had at October of 2025 here. We saw gold at $4,000. Actually, no, the lowest point was like 3,886. So I'm going to make that the new starting point here, and I'm going to make the end point right here at 5,300, and now we got a new, you know, Fibonacci level to look for, where we can see $5,680 gold in the near future here, and then the 1618 saying that 6,100 is a possibility here. Also, you know, it's pretty obvious here on the charts. We can see that gold is in an uptrend, and if I just, you know, extend the uptrend, if we just keep doing what we're doing here and we don't stop, right, and we just don't break this uptrend here, for those who are waiting for $6,000 gold to come into play here, it's looking like $6,000 gold could happen next month. Are you kidding me? This thing is that unstoppable that it wants to head up to like six grand a coin here. I mean, yeah, $6,000 an ounce by middle of February, right around Valentine's Day. So if you guys are trying to buy like a nice gold ring or a silver ring for your, you know, your significant other, you might want to do that now before, you know, before Valentine's Day comes, because it looks like the price of gold and silver are getting a lot more expensive from what the charts here are showing. So there you go. Let's see. Crypto Change Me says we need to short hype, and you're just waiting for some more confirmations here. All right. Yeah. It looks like I did that here on TikTok, but this is fun. This is fun. You know, I like getting some engagement here. If you want to follow me here, Nisha, you know, you can see some of my videos. Yeah, you should go ahead and try to follow me here on TikTok, and maybe we might see each other again one day soon.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let me just I'll just flip my camera here real quick so you can kind of, I don't think you got a chance to see me, but this is me just talking about charts and whatnot here. So this is the real Meet Damien. Make sure you follow me, because there are some people pretending to be like me and they're gonna try to scam you. So don't follow those people. Make sure you follow me. Since you got me here, you know what I look like, and you know this is the real Meet Damien here. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I just made a new follower here on TikTok, guys, and she did a TikTok battle with me. Her name is Nisha. Nisha, nice to meet you, Nisha. I'll try to follow you back when let me see, am I able to follow you right now? Yeah, I can follow you right now. I'll follow you back right now. You got a couple of thousand followers here. That's cool. Are you a Sagittarius? It shows here on your bio. Are you a Sagittarius?
I am.
If I was born a day later, I would have been a Sagittarius myself. I'm November 21st, so I'm technically a Scorpio. But, you know, talk to my aunt who follows astrology a lot, and she says I do act like a Sagittarius sometimes, most of the time. And I do like to travel. I think that's one thing that the Sagittarius like to do. I plan on traveling to Costa Rica later on this year, guys. You guys look out for that travel content. I'll be doing some travel content there. Let's see. We got Steve Hickey. And he says, what are you saying here, Steve Hickey? Crypto Coin Mindset is doing something here? Oh, right, no, you're saying Crypto Change Me. All right, CCM. There's two CCMs that I know. There's Crypto Change Me and then there's Crypto Coin Mindset. Alright, let's see. Guys, I'm still a little bit sick, so don't mind me if I, you know, kind of wipe my nose here. I don't want to look that bad on stream here, but, you know, whatever. So there you go, Lorraine. There's a target to $6,000 for gold. Maybe sometime in February if we just keep doing what we're doing. You know, I don't think nothing goes straight up in a straight line forever. But if we just continue, you know, not dropping down, but also not going exponential either, we could just do a straight, you know, a somewhat straight line to $6,000 by February here. And if we do get a pullback here on gold, you would expect it to at least hit the 786 retracement at $4,992. I think a lot of people would be interested in buying gold at $5,000 if we do go back to that area again, or even below, a little bit below 5,000, so they could just say that they got it in for below 5,000. And then there's also the 61865 golden pocket retracement level, which could get hit if it's not going to be a shallow pullback and it's actually a normal retracement. We should hit that $4,798 level. This is where you could try to long gold for the long term, not go crazy on the leverage, but like long it there and then let it carry you up to higher prices if it's going to continue doing that. But we take it day by day and week by week, and we just don't know, you know, if, you know, this could be the top for gold, and I'm not sure why that would be the case. But it could happen that this could be the top for gold at $5,300, and we could pull back, you know, significantly to like maybe the 0.5 retracement or the 0.618 retracement. Let me look at the moving averages. There might be some support below us at these levels, and we got the 21 exponential moving average at 4,600, which is confluent with the 0.5 retracement, so I would expect 0.5 retracement to be a good area. 4585 is what we're looking for here for gold to retrace to if it's going to be significant. And then you also got some other moving averages below. You got the 50-day simple moving average sitting at 4169, which is kind of confluent with the 0.236 retracement. So if gold just, you know, has a blow off top and we do a deep retracement, you know, these are your levels to look for using the moving averages here, right? If you don't know how to do Fibonacci, you could just do, you know, the 21 moving average and the 50 moving average, and that's going to be the area that you're looking for on the daily time frame here for a pullback on gold if we're ever going to get one. All right. Crypto Change Me says he has the flu too. That's why he hasn't been posting lately. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people have been getting sick. I even talked to what was it, Geo Trader? I'm trying to remember his name. Crypto Geo. I know I was talking to him on Discord. Is it Trader Geo? That's what it is. Trader Geo. I was talking to Trader Geo. He has a pretty good following on YouTube as well, and he's sick too. Like we're all sick here. Lorraine says TikTok can't hear me. Really? I don't know why that's the case. Oh no! Wait a second. Did my Bluetooth? I gotta see it right here. Let me take Bluetooth off real quick here. Did my headphones try to connect on me here? Alright, Lorraine, can you go back on TikTok and see if we're still having problems with the audio and the volume? I just took Bluetooth off. Oh my god, every time, you know, I have headphones, guys, that I use to go to the gym and listen to music while I'm at the gym. And for some reason, my phone likes to connect to the headphones, and then it messes up the volume here for TikTok. And when that happens, then I end up losing my viewers here on TikTok too, because they're like, "Oh, we can't hear you, Damien. We can't hear you." But I'm so glad you told me that, Lorraine, that we lost the volume here on TikTok, and you said that now we got the volume issue fixed, and that should be good. I should be able to get more people back on the TikTok live stream here now. All right, thank you, Lorraine, for letting me know. I appreciate that. Lorraine's like my #1 fan here on the Meet Damien community. I actually saw that on TikTok live. They said that Lorraine was my #1 fan, and she's also a moderator here, so you guys got to behave yourself, or else Lorraine might kick you out. She's one of the moderators here. Okay. But yeah, if you guys behave yourselves, you know, I think Lorraine, she'll give you a warning, and then, you know, if you don't listen to the warning, we'll try to mute you, and if you come back and try to cause problems again, then we'll block you. All right, let's continue on here with the analysis. Do you guys want to take a look at the price of silver? And I'm trying to remember what you guys said. We gotta look at the kite. That was a request here. So let's look at. I mean, we can look at silver later, but. Oh, I see Ava Medina is also in the chat too. Good to see you, Ava Medina. And Ave is also another moderator here too. Let's move on to kite, and then if you guys want to look at silver, we can look at silver. But I'm gonna wait for you guys to make that request because I think gold and silver, they pretty much trade hand in hand together. You can look at one and expect the same thing to happen to the other one as well. But we can look at it if you guys make that request. All right, so now we're looking at the price of kite, currently trading at 13 cents, 0.137 pennies to be exact. Up 7.68% today, but it looked like it got a little bit higher than that earlier today. It got up to like 15 cents. Yeah, 15.5 cents roughly for kite. And let me just adjust the camera here. What can we make out of this kite thing? All right, let me just, I'm trying to look at this thing for the first time. I haven't done any chart work on this thing. This is a relatively new cryptocurrency on Binance. It started trading here in November 3rd of last year. And all I can probably do is like maybe do the VRVP to see what levels to look for here. VRVP is showing that majority of people that got into kite, they got in at lower levels, so this thing is considered overvalued at this point. We could pull back to the value area high here, sitting at 9 cents. And you also got a point of control here at 9 cents as well. So I think 9 cents is going to be your support zone. If you're looking to take a long or buy for the first time, you know, that might be a good area to try to buy this coin. Which also leads me to believe that this thing could, you know, drop down to 9 cents before we're getting any support here. There is a 21 exponential moving average, this white line sitting at 10 cents. That's another area where you could get some support. You also got a candlewick high here on the daily time frame at 10 cents. So I think 10 cents you can mark that on your chart as a possible area for this thing to pull back to and actually get a bounce off that area. I'm now going to try to do a Fibonacci on this. Even though I don't have that much data to work with, I can still try to do a Fibonacci and figure out levels to look for here. So just give me a moment here as I pull this up here. So we topped out at 15.5 cents, so that's gonna be the swing high, and the swing low, I'll take it down to like this, you know, this low right here at like 7 cents. So let me just do that, so you can see that right there. And let's see, we have a 618 golden pocket level here at 12.5 cents. I think we already came down there. Well, no, right now we're at 13 cents. I take that back. We're actually at the 786 retracement. Forget what I just said there 10 seconds ago. We're actually at the 786 retracement here, which is a shallow pullback. The 786 is usually a shallow pullback. If you're very bullish, you're only going to get a shallow pullback before you go up to higher prices again. So we're on the lookout to see if that's going to happen. If it's going to be a deeper pullback, then we should probably hit this golden pocket here at 12.128 pennies, and then 0.125 pennies should be the expected pullback. And then another normal pullback would just be coming down to this 0.5 retracement at 11.5 cents here. So 11.5 cents, another area where you could try to take a long using the Fibonacci here. If we're going to be bullish and continue going up to higher prices here for kite, we do have levels to look for above us, right? We could revisit the 15.5 cent level, make a double top and get rejected and come down. We could also come back up further than that to higher prices and make a new all-time high at like the 1272 Fibonacci extension level, and that's sitting at like 17.7 cents here. So that's an area to be looking for. And then you got the 1618 at 20 cents. I don't know if that's going to hit, but it's saying that that's a possibility if this thing's going to continue being overly bullish, or maybe it hits that level sometime later on in 2026. But I would think, you know, the levels to look for to the upside right now is, can we get back up to 15.5 cents, and can we get up to like 17.5 cents for a new all-time high? Dave said you went short on kite at 15 cents. Congratulations, you're making some money on that short. God, I gotta blow my nose. Man. Should I put this on mute? Oh man. Oh my god. Maybe I should go put this on. Be right back here. Oh my god. Be right back, guys. As I blow my nose. Mute the volume here. Alright, sorry for that, my YouTube guys. I didn't want to gross you out and forever immortalize that on YouTube here. So, I had to mute it and change screens here, but I'm back with you guys now. Yep. So, you guys have any other requests? We could try to look at the price of silver here, but I was going to try to see what the momentum might be for Kite. Because my buddy, Dave P, said that he's in a short right now on Kite. And I just want to see if that's going to play out, you know, with the momentum indicators here. We'll start with the daily time frame, see if we're still strong there. On the MACD, we're still strong on Kite. So keep that in mind, Dave. You might want to consider taking profit on your short because the MACD and the daily time frame is still strong and going up. Okay, buying pressure is still strong here. And then here on Market Cipher B, you are overbought on Kite, which is why you probably took advantage of taking a short there. But you did have a green buy dot here on Tuesday, and you haven't had a red sell dot yet. If you had a red sell dot, then I would say, you know what, maybe you could take your short down to lower prices here, but it's not showing up here on the daily time frame. And the money flow is still pretty strong in the green. If money flow is coming down, which it could if we continue going down the low prices here on short, but you know, money flow is pretty solid here on Kite, so you know, it might be prudent to take profit on your short sooner rather than later. I'm not going to tell you when and where to do it at, but it might be prudent. 4-hour time frame. Let's see, the 4-hour time frame agrees with the daily time frame. MACD is still relatively strong, but you can see there is some weakness shown with buying pressure coming down here on the 4-hour time frame for the MACD for Kite. Okay, still haven't had the blue line curve down yet. If that blue line curve down, that would give me more confidence to stay in the short here if I was in it with you on Kite. Okay, and then let's see, on the Market Cipher B 4-hour time frame, you can see that the red dot just showed up, so that does give me a little bit of confidence to like try to stay in the short there with you, Dave, if I was copy trading you. Let me go into the 1-hour time frame and see what that looks like. 1-hour time frame, you do have a red sell dot that came in at 9 a.m. Eastern time here, so that's probably what maybe signaled to you that you should try to enter a short. So congratulations on that if you saw that and made that decision. You can also see that momentum is coming down as well, and money flow is starting to come down here in the 1-hour time frame. And then MACD kind of agrees with Market Cipher B that you had a MACD crossover to the downside. That's what I like to see on the 1-hour time frame. Lets me know that my short could probably play out here to the downside. And you just want to see if, you know, are we going to continue seeing selling pressure and see lower prices here? Because if you start seeing selling pressure come back up again, and you start seeing a light pink candle show up in the next hour, that could mean that this thing is considering going up to higher prices here, and this might be a short-lived MACD crossover where we get a MACD crossover to the downside, but then get a MACD crossover to the upside. So, you know, these indicators are not like the end-all be-all. We just use them as reference here. But this is like kind of like, I love using this for a signal on a short. Like, all right, yeah, the MACD, the blue line cross the signal line to the downside, and you could expect to see more selling pressure showing up. You can expect it. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but you can expect it. That's what I like to see here on the 1 hour time frame. And I'll just, you know, continue here. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame, see if anything's changing short-term wise here. You can see that the selling pressure showed up here at 9 o'clock this morning, and selling pressure is still a problem. Where you can see, you know, we're still getting some selling pressure, but the selling pressure is slowly dying off. So I'd be a little bit careful on the 15-minute time frame. You might have to start considering taking profits sooner rather than later, because if the selling pressure continues dying off, it's going to turn into buying pressure, and then you're going to see your profits slowly disappear on you on your short. Okay. And in market cipher B, we're looking at money flow is in the red. That's what you need to see for your short. You want to see money flow continue to be in the red. You want to see momentum actually continue going down. The momentum is the blue stuff here. If that momentum continues going down further, you might hit the oversold area, which would be great. But if you hit the oversold area and you're in the short, you should probably take some profit if you see that happening here on the 15-minute time frame. Okay. But it hasn't happened yet, so maybe you could continue shorting. I think it might be prudent just to raise your stop loss to break even if you haven't done so already, and then maybe put it a little bit further past into profits. Make sure you're covering your trading fees, and then maybe further into profit if you can, without actually getting hit on your stop loss. And where would I put a stop loss using the 15-minute time frame? I'd probably put the stop loss on the for the short on kite above the 21 EMA for a very conservative stop loss that I'm hoping doesn't get hit. And that's going to probably be like right above, like you got to go above 14 cents here, like 0.143 or 0.114 and a half pennies might be an idea here where you can put your stop loss there. And if it comes up there, you're going to lose your profit, but at least you're not going to get, you know, you're not going to lose all your profit, because you said you shorted at 14.92, right? Yeah, so I probably put the stop loss at 14 and a half right now. Not financial advice. You do whatever you want. Don't get mad at me. Don't sue me, bro, if you lose your profits or you lose your potential unrealized gains here. But I would consider 14 and a half for myself. You can do whatever you want. Maybe you put your stop loss at break even, right where you bought it at or sold it at. But I would probably put the stop loss at, and you know, if we're going to continue being bearish, you're not going to get hit. This thing could come back up to that 21 EMA at 14 pennies. So that's why I say 14 and a half, because this thing would need to like continue going up past 14, hit your stop loss at 14 and a half for you to actually get hit. Okay. And maybe that's why you don't want to put at 14 and a half. Maybe you're afraid that this thing does, you know, kind of jump up on you, goes past that 21 EMA a little bit here, and then rolls back down. So maybe your stop loss at 14.92 near break even makes sense. Okay. And you know what, if it does come all the way back to your entry, it just wasn't meant to be. It's just too strong, and we already seen that this thing is strong on the daily time frame here. We didn't really see that buying pressure was dying off here, right? On the MACD, we saw that buying pressure is still strong. So, you know, shorting was a good idea. You got in at 15 cents, you know, congratulations. But with these trades, like, we just don't know. Like, are we still going to continue going up to higher prices and get stopped out on our short? Or did we finally pick the top here, or close to the top, and are we going to go down to lower levels here? And I already gave you the lower levels to look for, right? We said 12.5 cents and 0.128 pennies is the next level on the Fibonacci here. All right, let's see. MMA Squire, let's see if I can invite him here on TikTok. I don't think he'll actually come on board, but maybe he will. Let's see. Lorraine says, you're trying to figure something out on MEXC. 20 EMA is supporting gold on the 15-minute. All right. I guess Lorraine wants me to look at the 15-minute chart here for gold. And look at the 21 EMA. Let me just zoom in on this here. Yeah, it does. You know, I have a 21 EMA here. Mine is showing that gold is still above it. But yeah, we could come down to that 21 EMA at 5,279, which, you know, we're kind of like right next to it, 5,286 right here. But Lorraine, that's an idea to try to maybe, if you're anxious to enter a long on gold, You could try 5,279, the 21 EMA. You know, put your stop loss where you're not risking more than 1 or 2% of your account, your total account value. You could try low leverage. I mean, I would think, you know, using low leverage will allow you to stay in the trade on gold, right? If you're trying to stay in the long on gold. But yeah, that's an idea. 21 EMA on the 15-minute time frame. Maybe put the stop loss below these candlewick lows here. Ooh, 5,230. I don't know. I would look for low leverage, Lorraine. Gold might be one of those trades where it makes sense to just do like 5x leverage or less and just stay long until this blow-off rally happens at some point, right? When this blow-off top happens, then you can like cash out on your 5x, you know, long on gold. I just sent an invitation to Porky Flounder. Let's see if Porky's going to show up on the TikTok stream here. Lorraine says she has to go, but she'll play me in the background. I appreciate that, Lorraine. Thanks for coming into the live stream here. Yeah. All right. So yeah, my live stream got ruined once again by my well, my live stream on TikTok got ruined by my audio. My headset decided to turn back on and mess up the microphone here for TikTok. And let's see, this Dave P is still in the chat here on YouTube. He says you have to go. Oh, you said you're waiting until the FOMC meeting. Okay, all right, yeah, FOMC meeting is gonna throw some things off here a little bit. That's why I'm not really in any trades. I'm just interested in trading Bitcoin for now at the moment. And for me, I am looking for, you know, on Bitcoin, I want to long Bitcoin at 87,500, and I want to short it at 90,500. We almost hit my short at 90,500 this morning. Didn't quite get up there to 90,500. It's whatever. But you know, it looks like Bitcoin is actually just climbing right back up. So you know, this short was an idea at 90,500 or 90,400. We came back down to the 200 simple moving average, this red line. We actually came lower than that. We came right to the 100-day simple moving average share at 88,748. So yeah, we actually, these moving averages are very useful here on a 1 hour time frame. And now we're getting a bounce. This is the buyers are still pushing the price higher here on Bitcoin. And we could hit 90,500 as a level here one more time. And then another interesting area to short Bitcoin is at 91,400. I don't know what's going to happen. The Federal Reserve, if they say something that the markets don't like, then we could probably head down to 87,500 as a level that should act as support, because it has acted as support back here on Monday and Tuesday here. And you know, this is a level, just if you look just look left, right? It's a level that has acted as support, you know, back in December here, and acted as resistance back in March of last year. Okay, that's an interesting level here. But another reason why I'm looking at 87,500 for a long is because if I turn on the VRVP indicator here, you got the highest volume node there. The majority of people bought and sold Bitcoin roughly at 87,500 since November. So that should be a good support area. It should be a good area to try to take a long if we actually do come down there. I mean, we could, you know, the Fed day is crazy, because we could go up and down at the same time. Longs and shorts will make money and lose money at the same time. And it could push us down to 87K. And it could also push us up to 91K or even 94K. 94K is another area that I would like to take a short on Bitcoin if I'm able to catch it at that level. And this is just like me trying to set up traps. I got it right here on WEEX. Let me show you WEEX exchange here. I got my trades here on WEEX ready to go, where I'm going to short Bitcoin at 90,500 if we hit that. But I will also long Bitcoin if we hit 84,500. Those are ready to go. I'm not in any positions right now, guys. Okay? And I'm just waiting, twiddling my thumbs, trying to see what happens on Bitcoin. You know, I know some people aren't that patient and you guys want to get into other trades, you guys want to look at like, you know, Dogecoin or, you know, Ethereum or something else that trades and moves in the markets here. Maybe well, these are some of the big dogs here, but maybe, you know, Sui or something else like that. When I'm trying to get an idea, if I'm really like bored and I want to get into a trade, I'll look at what's going on here on crypto bubbles, and I'll just try to see, you know, like right now, River down 28%. Maybe it's going to continue going down, but maybe I could actually enter a long on River because it's already down 28%. Now, vice versa, Pippin up 23%. I might be interested in taking a short, but it could continue going up. But I would probably try to short the highs for the day if I can. Put the stop loss relatively tight, and if I get stopped out, it's gonna be a small loss. But the potential gains is that, you know, if this thing went up 23% today, maybe it goes down 23% later on tonight or tomorrow. So that is an idea for a short. Also, same thing with Hyperliquid, could be a short. And 2Z could be a short because they already went up, right? We don't want a long, a big giant green daily candle here. We want to try to maybe take the opposite of the trade and try to take a short if we can with all these crazy percentage gains here on these cryptos here. But yeah, crypto bubbles is where I'll look to like get an idea. Like, all right, what's actually moving today, and could I take the opposite of the trade? Like right now, I want to try to long River if I could. Let's take a look at River real quick, see why this thing is getting absolutely demolished. We know that River was looking really good last week and the weeks before. River currently trading at $49.13, down 24% today. Data coming off of MEXC exchange. River hit my Fibonacci levels to the T here. Let me get rid of the VRVP indicator, but we hit the 3618 for the most part. 3618 was showing $91. We came up to $88.77 on Monday, and then we started coming down here. And levels to the downside is, you know, we could probably, I mean, we already came below the 2618, and we came below this 1618 here at 42 bucks here. I'm not sure how useful this Fibonacci is. I would have to redraw it. I'm actually probably am going to take this off now. For now. Okay. But now that we know that, you know, River finally had its blow off top here, and we're getting some red candles showing up here. We do have some moving averages to look for that could act as support. The 21 EMA sitting at $36. Okay. If we were to continue bleeding down on River, $36 is an idea here based off this 21 EMA. Let's see if the VRVP indicator agrees with that. Oh, it does. It does. So the VRVP indicator takes information from where people were buying and selling at specific price levels. The green is the buy, the magenta or the red is the sells, and you know, when you add them all together, you got the high volume node here, this point of control, this blue line sitting at $15. I don't know if we're going to come down there on River, but it's a possibility, but that should act as support. But look at this. We do have a high volume node here sitting around like 36, 37 bucks. And that's right where the 21 EMA is. So I think X marks the spot here where you could see River come down to 36, 37 dollars before the bleeding comes to an end for River. If it doesn't come to an end, we could head right down to that POC at $16. And that would be very unfortunate. You know, if this thing cannot sustain an uptrend here, because you could say that this thing is in an uptrend, right? Let me just go ahead and the moving averages here. If I just drew an uptrend line here using the daily time frame here, I mean that's one idea right there. Okay, another uptrend you could possibly draw is connecting this candle wick here and that candle wick right now. Okay, so as long as you don't lose these uptrends, you know, we could possibly see River get a bounce up to higher prices here. But if you're losing these uptrends, then you know, this thing is going to be bearish, and we're gonna have to look for that that moving average below us at that 21 EMA, or we can look at the VRVP data here that says, you know, 36, 37 bucks is an area where I would be interested in taking a long on River for like a quick bounce back. All right, I see Laureen's in the chat again. Good to see you, Laureen. And then I see D2 Miami's in the chat here. D2 Miami says, let's look at XYO, please. Thank you. I can do that for you, bro. Sure. XYO. And then Crypto Changed Me said he wants to look at hype. So I think Crypto Changed Me said that before D2 Miami put his request in. So we will look at hype first, and then we'll look at XYO. And Lorraine says the VRVP indicator, wow, is the shit. Yeah, it is. It's a very powerful indicator that helps me figure things out when it's not so obvious on the charts here. Okay. But yeah, that VRVP indicator is very important, very powerful indicator. And for my guys on TikTok, if you want to know how to use the VRVP indicator and how I set it up and trade it, if you come onto the Meet Damien channel here, let me just click the refresh button here. But if you come onto the Meet Gaming channel here, don't forget to hit the follow button. Let's see, is this thing actually gonna load up and show me the videos, please? Yeah, can we get the videos, please? Pinned to the top of my, top of my channel here, you can see that we got the VRVP indicator here video, and it's got like 2,000 views. I got traders from all parts of their trading journey, whether they're relatively new traders, new to investing, new to trading, that are amazed by this indicator here. And then I even got experienced traders who've been using other indicators, and they're like, wait, what is this VRVP indicator? And I got the video here. They're all looking at that video. They love it because it's new to them, and they see how powerful and useful it is. And I got that right there pinned to the top of the channel. You guys want to check that out. And for my YouTube guys, you got to go into the Meet Damien YouTube channel, and you go to the videos, and you will see the VRVP indicator video. If you just scroll down, there it is, VRVP indicator video. Once again, I got a pretty good amount of views on that video because even if you're an experienced trader, it's good to learn how to use that indicator, how to set it up, and how to trade with it, because you can see like the levels kind of hit to the T for sure on the VRVP indicator. Anyways, getting back into the chats here. I think I gave you the low side targets and high side targets here for River here. I'm looking at 36, 37 bucks if we don't stop the bleeding right now. Okay, and then could we get back up to the highs where we saw $88? That's an idea here. So maybe you could long right now, but then where would you put your stop loss? Like below the lows for today at 46 bucks? That's an idea. Or 45 bucks, but I don't know here. Let's see. Let's see what the momentum's looking like. Buying pressure is dying down here on River on the daily time frame here. 4-hour time frame, selling pressure is here for sure. Okay, so I don't know. There's nothing here that shows me that that the bleeding is done for River. So I think $36, $37 is your target for now for the bleeding to stop on River. All right, moving on to Hyper Liquid, right? Hype, USD. Do I want to look at it on Bitstamp? I don't know, maybe I can. I think I got previous chart work though on MEXC. Is MEXC even available? Yeah, it is. No, I don't have previous chart work here. All right. Well, Hyperliquid, for those who don't know and are new to this cryptocurrency, it is a decentralized exchange, I believe. It's not a centralized exchange, right? It's decentralized. And it had pretty good 2025 where we saw this thing trading as high as like $59, and then just I was back here in like September of last year, not too long ago. But then Bitcoin dropped down on us, and other cryptocurrencies dropped down, and Hyperliquid joined the party with the lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, obviously in the downtrend. Well, it looks like we broke out of the downtrend for damn sure over the last few days here. We got above that 21 exponential moving average, which is very important to see when you're in a bear market. And you're in a bear market if you're below that 200-day moving average, okay? That's what I qualify as being in a bear market. You will be out of the bear market and in the bull market if you get above that 200-day moving average. That's sitting at $38.45. We're not too far off from that, but you gotta get above that red line for me to be bullishly biased on this asset again. And then I would be cautiously optimistic because we could actually, get above the 200-day moving average, come back down to it and maybe lose it. I've seen that happen. All right. But 200-day moving average, for those who are trying to day trade, long trade, swing trade this thing for a long, I would target 38 bucks for sure. Another idea is this 100-day moving average at 36 bucks. That's an idea for taking a long. So I would start taking profit on the longs at 36, 38 bucks here. 50-day moving average might act as support. If we drop down, that's sitting at $31.61. We're not too far from that. It could cradle us as support here. Okay. But just keep in mind that, you know, there's been some people that made some money on this asset. We went up 12% on Monday, 23% yesterday, and here we are up another 6%. There could be some profit taking going on at this 50-day moving average. I would expect, you know, in the near future here, today, tomorrow, later on this week, I would expect hyper liquid to just go sideways here, stay around the 50-day moving average before we either jump up to higher prices, or we might actually just drop down to lower prices here. And if we drop down on hyper liquid, I would expect that 21 EMA to act as support. You know, we'll see how it, you know, draws itself here. The 21 EMA is a faster moving average. It will try to catch up to the price, so maybe we don't have to drop down this far. Maybe, you know, the 21 EMA kind of does this, where it comes up and tries to catch up to the price, and the price drops down there. It's looking a little bit messy here, but, you know, maybe somewhere like $28 is where Hyperliquid could sell off to before it creates a higher low and goes up to higher prices here. But let me go ahead and get rid of that chart work here. That's an idea for Hyperliquid. What I can do is I could do a Fibonacci, see what the pullback might look like. If this is going to be the highest price for now, then we do have some levels to look for here. Below us, we got the golden pocket at 29 bucks. So I think, yeah, you know, I think by the time the 21 EMA catches up to where the price is at, and the price actually continues falling down, I think $29 is the sweet spot. Or maybe a possible higher low here on Hyperliquid. And, you know, X marks the spot for a potential long here. Or it could, you know, do a further retracement down to 0.5. We got the 0.5 retracement here at $27. Okay. But let me go ahead and do one more thing to help you out here with your trades. Crypto Change Me. Let's turn on that VRVP indicator here. And the VRVP indicator gives you some levels to look for. We do have a point of control highest volume level at 24 bucks, which is right with that 0.236 retracement. That would be god awful if this thing just drops down to $24, you know, without giving you any chance of like getting support. Okay, at the 618 or even the 0.5 retracement. But that is an idea here where we could get support at $23, and that would still qualify as a higher low compared to the lows here in January at 20 bucks. So $23, $24 is an idea because that's your point of control. But look at this, you know, you got some confluence here with the value area high sitting at about 30 bucks here, and that's confluent with the 618.65 golden pocket at $29.40 and $29.88. We might get a shallow pullback where we come down to like 29, 30 bucks here, and that could be where you take a long on Hyperliquid, and you can put your stop loss right below the golden pocket at like 29 bucks or $28.90 here, and just see if that hits. You know, that could be where we make the higher low and jump up to higher prices on Hyperliquid. Crypto Change Me said that's why you're in it for a quick short. All right, nothing wrong with that. Crypto Change Me. I think we did see. Well, did we look at buying pressure? Buying pressure right now is still kind of strong on the daily time frame. But for the day trading time frames, I like to look at the 1 hour time frame to start off, and you can see that, yeah, we got the MACD crossover here to the downside. That's your confirmation signal that you're going to see some more selling pressure show up here, and sure enough, you did. And the selling pressure is getting stronger and stronger as the hours go by here. If selling pressure starts dying off, you see a pink candle show up here, then maybe you might want to take profit on your short. At least looking at the 1 hour time frame here. Let me just catch up on the messages here on TikTok. Nasir says you think the market will dump today. Okay, Nasir, if that's the case, are you, oh, okay, yep, you're in the short on Ethereum. I don't know. It depends on what the Federal Reserve does today. I think that's very important. And not only what they do, but more so what they say. If they're still worried about inflation, then that could cause the market to dump for sure. And if they're not going to take into consideration that the jobs market is weak right now and possibly getting weaker, then the market might dump on that too, because they're like, are you paying attention to the jobs market? Is what people are going to say. And then people are gonna just sell the market off if that's the case. Now, if they're dovish today, okay, if they do an interest rate cut and they're dovish, then that could blow out your short. Okay, if they're like, yeah, we're lowering interest rates and we might lower them again because we see inflation coming down and we see jobs market weakening, that's good enough for the market to run up to higher prices. Yeah, so we got to be careful with our shorts here. Make sure you got your stop loss relatively tight. Pay attention to the market at 2 p.m. Eastern time, about an hour from now. And even after a little bit after that, you should be paying attention to the markets this afternoon, especially if you're shorting. And try to move your stop loss to break even if you can, so you don't end up losing money on a volatile day that we're expecting later on this afternoon. We gotta look at XYO for D2 Miami. I got you, D2 Miami. Let's look at that right now. XYO USD here on Coinbase. And I'm just catching up on the chat here. Crypto Change Me says, thank you. You're welcome, Crypto Change Me. I'm glad to see you come onto the live stream. I usually go live 4 to 6 p.m. We did an early live stream because I got to bring one of my cars in to get some glass replaced because there's a crack on the windshield. So got to get that fixed, right? So that's what I'll be doing later on this afternoon. But I usually go live 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time is when you can catch me on these live streams here. Looking at the charts for you guys. And if I do a later live stream, I'll let you guys know. If you go on the Meet Damien Discord, you'll know when I go live here. I got a Meet Damien Discord where you can see, you can talk to me, you can share your successes on your trades. But more importantly, you'll see like when I go live, when I post up the YouTube videos here, you'll know when I go live. Like I said, I was gonna go live early today at 12 p.m. Eastern time here. And I also got a Meet Damien Twitter as well if you guys want to follow me there. Where is that Meet Damien Twitter? Meet Damien Twitter, where are you? Or Meet Damien X, right? But you can find me here on X as well. And I post when I go live as well. I post up the videos here on YouTube on the Meet Damien Twitter. Go ahead and give me a follow here on Twitter, guys, if you can. All right. And Twitter is also a good way to get a hold of me, message me if you got that. And Discord is a good way to get a hold of me and message me. The Discord is free to join. All right, back to XYO. Currently trading at a half a penny, down 0.18%. We got the VIB indicator on here because I think you guys all now know how powerful this indicator is, right? And right now the POC is saying that the highest volume node is sitting at right where we're at. Penny and a half, so we're right at support for XYO, and you got the 21 EMA at 570. So, let me just go ahead and get rid of this thing here. But you can see the 21 EMA acting as support, and then the POC is acting as support. I would be interested in entering along on XYO. Put your stop loss right below the POC. Whatever seems acceptable for you for a stop loss here. Maybe 564, see that number, or maybe 560 for a stop loss. And you're hoping to see if this thing is going to continue being bullish. There's not that much stopping you from going up to at least 0.006. We'll call it 610. All right, and then you got the value area high sitting at 619. So I'd be looking for a long. However, if you're bearish on this, You can be looking for a short and put your stop loss right above the range highs here, but I don't like shorting the bottom of a range. I like to be shorting the top of a range. So if this thing does push up to like 570 or 580, I'd be looking for a short if that's what I want to do here on XYO. But I don't even know what you're trying to do here, my D2 Miami. You got in at 0.005, so you're probably looking for a long here. So I think you're alright on the long, okay? But just know that we're threatening to go down to lower prices here. If this POC does not hold where we're at right now, we could drop. And we could also drop like a rock. Just as like we could shoot up like a rocket, we could also drop like a rock here. And you don't get support until you get down to this high volume node here at 540, 542. And you got the moving averages below you on the 1 hour time frame showing that there's some support at 548 and 549. So I was looking at the 1 hour time frame here for the day trades here, but let's see what the bigger picture might be for XYO. Looking at the daily time frame here. Daily time frame, I don't know if you can remember those levels that I told you at, but daily time frame is showing that a value area high is sitting at 650 and then value area low sitting at 510. I think that's where you got in at, like 500, 510. So I think you got in at a pretty good price there for XYO. Congratulations there, D2 Miami. We do not want to lose 500 because it could be, you know, very dark and bleak. I'm not sure if we ever been lower than 500 yet. Well, yeah, I take that back. Here in 2024, you have seen yourself get down to 330. That would be very nasty if it does that. Well, let's try to stay bullish here. If we're going to be bullish here on XYO, I want to get above this 50-day moving average sitting at 580. And then I want to get above this 100-day moving average sitting at 696 on the daily time frame. And this 100-day moving average looks like it's confluent with the value area high at 680 on the daily time frame. So I would be targeting 680, taking profit on that long or that spot bag that you got for XYO. Because you just don't know. Initially, it's probably going to get rejected, maybe make a higher low and then push past it. But what if that ends up being the higher, you know, the highest high you get, and then you just drop down back to your entry? You don't want to lose out on those profits, right? Take some profit. An idea is to take profit at 580, 590. You know, if it comes down to like 600, 630 or something like that, you can buy back in again. Add more to your spot position. But let's say you do sell here, and worst case comes into play, and this thing pushes back past where you sold it at 680. Well, how much did you lose? You know, if going from there, you missed out on what, 7%? Okay, you missed out on 7%. If it goes up to like 730, if you sell at 680 and you try to get back in at 730, you missed out on 7%. Okay, you can always get back in again, and then from 730 you take this up to like the 200 moving average, you go up another 6%, right? However, you know, let's say you don't sell at 680, right? And you watch this thing drop all the way back down to like the 50-day moving average, you're gonna lose 16%. And you watch this thing go all the way back down to like where you bought it at 500, you're gonna lose 27% of your profits. Okay, so I think 680, 690 makes it seem like a good area to try to take some profit at that level there. And if it does go up, all right, whatever. Okay, it goes up like 730. You get back in again. You missed out on 6% gains. In the long term, that's going to be nothing, especially if you do go back up to like where you were in August of last year at like 900 or a penny. And then, you know, you selling at 680, getting back in at 730, and then holding on to it until it gets back up to a penny, you're gonna get 51% gain right there. Okay. So, but you might lose out on 6% of that because you bought at, you sold at 680 and then you bought back in at 730. You'll still get like 42%. You just missed out on 6% over here because you were trying to be prudent by taking profits at that 100-day moving average, which could be a problem and cause us to reject to lower prices here. So that's just an idea. Hopefully you were able to learn something from those insights I gave you about taking profits and also buying back in again. Jesse says, do I know the gainers trade strategy? No, I'm not familiar with it. You want to tell me more about it? Or maybe send me a link. You can follow me here and message me and send me a link to whatever it is you're talking about here. Alright. Nasir says, do I think Paul will cut interest rates today? I think you meant to say Jerome Powell. His last name is Powell, not Paul. And do I think Powell will cut interest rates today? I mean, I hope so. I'm actually trying to refinance my house, so that would be good if they do that. But if they don't, then it's whatever. I think they said there's like a 95% chance that they're just going to leave the rates the way they are. So there's like a 5% chance that they might cut them. So I would say the answer to that question is no, I do not think they're going to cut interest rates today. What would be good to see though is if they say, it's what they say after the meeting, after they make their decision. Are they thinking about cutting interest rates next month or the month after that? Because that would still be good enough to send the prices higher here for the markets here. Dave P says maybe an increase. That's also a possibility. I think that's another 5% chance. I think there's like a 90% chance that they're not going to do anything, a 5% chance that they're actually going to raise it, and a 5% chance that they might just lower it. Right now, I think they're most likely going to not do anything, but it's what they say after that. Are they going to think about cutting interest rates, or are they just not even interested in cutting interest rates? Because if they're not interested in cutting interest rates, then that's going to be a problem for the markets. And then, you know, we might see the markets drop down if they're not going to be giving us like a dovish tone here. Let's get back at the Bitcoin here, and then I might end the live stream because I don't see anybody making any requests here. And I think we covered a lot today already. I'm going to go back into the charts here for Bitcoin. Using this VRVP indicator, which you guys now know is very useful here. I got the levels marked off with the red lines here, but you got high volume nodes here at these red lines that I marked off. Okay, and the thing that makes a lot of sense to me, I think Bitcoin, if it's going to be bullish, it's going to go to 94K, 94,500. That's what I titled the live stream here. Could Bitcoin go up to like $94,000 here? And it could get rejected at 94,000 because you got the high volume node there, and you got the 50-day moving average at that level as well. I think initially on our way there, we could have trouble getting back above 90,500 and also 91,400. Could be some problem areas. And the 21 EMA is sitting at 91,400 or 300, somewhere in that area. That could be a problem where we might get initially rejected before making a higher low, and then, you know, pushing past that 21 EMA, that white line there. Levels to the downside. If we get some bad news from the Federal Reserve today, if they're like, nah guys, inflation's a problem and we might have to raise rates next meeting, then, you know, then the market's gonna drop, and we'll probably see Bitcoin hit 87,400, maybe get a bounce there initially. So I will be looking for a long at 87,400 or 500. And then I'll be looking for a long here at 84,500 because this is another high volume node level, and it's also a level where we, you know, bounced off of support there with these candlewick lows at that area. So 84K, 84,500 is an area where I'd be interested in long in Bitcoin. Okay. And I didn't get a chance to look at silver, and I put that in the title of the video, so let me go ahead and put that in before I finish here. For those who are wondering about the price of silver currently trading at $113.50. We had seen silver get as high as $117.73 here on Monday. We might be on our way to hit 117 all over again. I was interested in longing silver at 108 or 110 bucks. and I got that on MEXC here. You could trade silver futures here on MEXC. You just go over to MEXC exchange, and they got silver futures. Okay, and I think you could trade up to like 200x leverage on silver futures. I saw MEXC just increased the leverage on there, but like, if I click that right now. Oh, okay. Well, I already got a limit order in there, but my limit orders are showing me that I am not trying to do 200x leverage. I'm only trying to do 20x leverage here on a silver long, and I'm trying to get in at $108 and $110, but I just don't know if that's going to happen, so it might not happen. But you could trade silver here on MEXC. That's pretty cool. Alright, I don't think you can do that on WEEX. I would like to see WEEX try to do that, but I know MEXC does. And you can also trade silver on Coinbase as well if you want to do that. But going back to the charts here, silver, if it's going to continue being bullish, you know, I have a Fibonacci that I drew out here, and it's saying that we got a 1272 Fibonacci at $136 could be where silver goes next. And that's just crazy to think that it could do that, but that's what the Fibonacci is saying is a possibility here. And then there's even a crazier target where silver could get up to like $161. That's your 1618 Fibonacci extension to the upside here. So that's targets to the upside later on in 2026. If we're going to continue just being ridiculous here with the price of silver. Targets to the downside if silver is going to come down, right? We do got a high volume node here at 93 bucks, which is confluent with the 6.5 golden pocket at $92. And then we also got a 21 EMA at 88 bucks. I think anywhere between 88 to $93 is where silver could drop down, make a higher low, and then still go up to higher prices here. Alright guys, so that is what I see there with silver. And then let's look at the momentum indicators to figure out how strong silver's looking here. And it's really damn strong. It's one of the best performing assets. It was like the best performing asset in 2025, I believe. Better than Nvidia, better than most stocks, better than crypto. Silver was the place to be last year and even this year right now. And on the daily time frame, silver is still seeing buying pressure increasing, and I don't see any weakness here on the daily time frame for the MACD here. And then here on market cipher B, money flow is still solid, and you had a green buy dot here on last Friday. You have no red sell dots this week. That's unfortunate for those who are trying to buy the dip. And then, I mean, you could look at the RSI. Right now it's at 82. We are overbought, but we've been knowing that, right? We've been overbought on silver since November of last year. And even then there was you know, overbought, you know, on silver back in September of last year, in October. So we know we're exponential here on silver. And the thing is that, yeah, you can be overbought and stay overbought. So that's the crazy thing here. So I just don't see any weakness here in the daily time frame for silver. I think it might be important to maybe look at the forward time frame and try to look for weakness. Is there any weakness here on silver's 4-hour time frame that could give us maybe a buy to dip opportunity? Buying pressure has been dying down in the 4-hour, and you might be getting a MACD crossover. So maybe silver will come down and hit my $110 target for a long, or $108 for a long. Alright. 4-hour time frame showing volume pressure dying down. But here's the thing, volume pressure could just start increasing again. So like the MACD indicator is not an end all be all. I do like using it on higher time frames. It holds more significance. But it's not an end all be all because, like, you know, if something happens with the Federal Reserve or geopolitical event, something happens with Iran or Russia or China, buying pressure could just go up again. And then here on market cipher B, market cipher B showing a red sell dot here, so maybe silver is going to have a pullback later on today or tomorrow based off the 4-hour time frame here. Money flow weaker than it was here on Monday. I want to see money flow go in the red, and then you'll definitely see prices go down for silver if that's the case. But it could just end up being another buying opportunity because it's been doing that for like the last 4 to 5 months now. Lorraine says, look at gold on the 15-minute. I already did, Lorraine. We looked at that like about an hour ago. But I'll go back to it on the 15-minute, right? You said 15-minute. Gold, currently at 5,316. Gold, near the all-time highs at 5,325. And 15-minute time frame here for gold. I mean, moving averages, you're above the 21 EMA. Here on the RSI is showing some weakness here on the 15-minute time frame. Market cipher B showing that you topped out, but you know we've been topping out on gold for a while now on the 15-minute time frame. Doesn't really hold that much significance as like the higher time frames do. So what was it that you wanted me to look at? It looks like gold wants to continue going up on the 15-minute time frame. You got buying pressure coming in. MACD crossover to the upside. 1 hour time frame. Ooh, looks like selling pressure kind of dying down a little bit. And looks like you had a MACD crossover to the downside, but you could get a MACD crossover to the upside. So maybe gold is going to go up again. Crazy to say, huh? And if gold's going to go up, then that means my silver long's not going to get filled, because silver's probably going to go up as well. Alright, D2 Miami, thank you for liking the live stream here. And yes, I will see you tomorrow. It's going to be a, tomorrow's live stream is what, Thursday? I should be live 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, like at the normal time slot. Wrong room says close the CME, sweep the lows on BTC, right? Maybe. That would be nice. I would like to try to long Bitcoin at lower prices than where it is right now. Right now on Bitcoin, we're in like no man's land. We're looking for shorts at 90,500 and we're looking for longs at 87K, and we're just like in between that. And I'm not really interested in long and or short in Bitcoin. If you had to force me to take a trade to get into one, I would try to long Bitcoin, especially on the 1 hour time frame. We had a red candle here, and we are in an uptrend on Bitcoin. I can see that. I'm not blind, right? So maybe we hit 90,500 one more time, and that could end up being a double top, and then we go down to lower prices here. All right. But yeah, I am looking to short Bitcoin at 90,500 and also 91K, 91,400 is where I'm trying to short Bitcoin as well. Okay. And then I'm trying to long Bitcoin at 87,500. Alrighty, guys. I think that's going to be it for this live stream. I will see you guys tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time is when I plan on going live again. Thank you guys for coming on to the live stream here. Don't forget to come and join the Meet Damien community. For my TikTok guys, you can click this link tree here on my TikTok profile, and it will show you the links here. This is what the link tree looks like. That's me, Meet Damien. There is a Meet Damien Discord server, which is free to join. You click on that, and you can join us on the Meet Damien Discord. I have a YouTube channel as well, a TikTok channel, and Instagram. If you guys want to, say hi to me on Instagram, I have an X as well. You can follow me on X, a Facebook for those who, I don't know, the boomers out there. And if you want to start trading and day trading cryptocurrencies, going long and short here, one of my favorite exchanges to use is WEEX. I have the link here to join, and if you join WEEX, right, they do have some bonuses here that are exclusive to the Meet Damien community. But let me see if I can just pull up here real quick. Can you give me some internet here, please? But yeah, they do got a new user bonus program here where you can get up to like $30,000 in bonus here for weeks, and you could use that to get into some free trades where they'll give you like some money to start day trading. So it's not like free money per se, it's like free margin that you can use to try and take some trades here. All right, and all you gotta do is put some money on the account, hold it for like 3 days, and then they'll let you start trading free money using WEEX here. Okay, so that might be worth taking a look at here, guys. Is WEEX cryptocurrency exchange. It's one of my favorite exchanges to use here. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Let me just go give out the end screen here. I do want to point out for my YouTube guys here, WEEX exchange, that's the referral code. If you click on the link, the description to the link for WEEX should be in the description to this video that you're watching, and it should also be in the description to the channel itself as well. And you want to make sure you got the XBDP code there, or else you know, you don't get the bonuses that that are exclusive to my community, and I don't get credit for the referral. That would suck. So anyways, yeah guys, go ahead and use that referral code there to sign up for WEEX. Easy to join. All you need is an email. They don't do KYC unless you want to, and you don't need a VPN to get started with them. Okay, so there you go. See you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Take care, guys.